Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Ashley. I'm a homeschooling mom to 7 kids ranging from 11 to 5 months. So kind of thinking about the new year and thinking about goals and thinking about homeschooling, people that have started homeschooling and may be discouraged because they think that they are not good enough or, how can I possibly teach my child? I'm not a teacher myself. I want to list some things of ways to stay kind of encouraged during this time, during homeschool. It's hard to get in the trap of thinking that you're not good enough to do this. Now, I will say, as a disclaimer, there are people that really feel like they would not be able to homeschool, and I totally believe that. I believe there are people who are meant to do this, and there are people who are given this opportunity and should go with it. In the midst of homeschooling, ways to stay encouraged and to keep going, because it is very easy to kind of get off the path and think that you're not doing the right things. First off, the comparison game. It's obviously this is beyond homeschool, comparing, your families, comparing your lifestyles, comparing your marriage, comparing how your kids act, comparing, how much money you have versus somebody else that The comparison in general, it is very hard to fall into that trap of comparing yourself with other families, other homeschool moms, other moms in general, comparing your kids. It's not worth it because it drains so much of you. There are different ways, and I have said this before so many times, how I handle my 7 kids is not me telling you, if I can handle 7 kids, you sure as heck can handle 2 kids or 1 kid. This is all my personality and what I have been given as far as patience and as far as what I feel like my actual calling is in this life. Comparing myself to someone that is nothing like me does not benefit anybody. And it is hard. It is hard to do. But when you see a homeschool mom that is completely put together on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, wherever, a blog, chances are they are not always put together. I am not always put together. I might look like that. I am not always put together. I have my moments. Now, I deal with my moments differently than maybe some other people. I do not break down typically. I don't ever have that urge and that need to feel like my issues are so bad in that day, as a homeschooling mom I'm talking about, that I need to go and that I just need to go somewhere. I never get to that point, because every time I start to get to that point and say, oh my gosh, this day is just awful. It is okay to admit that this day is awful, but then I kind of come back and say, but I'm supposed to be doing this. I was given the patience to do this. I was given the means to do this. I can do this. That's just how you have to train yourself. So do not compare. Do not think that the homeschool mom that has it all together on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube has it all together 100% of the time. It is strictly how they respond to stress, their daily stressors of homeschool life. I just happen to respond a little bit different. This is absolutely a work in progress from when I first started, coming from public school and not having my kids at home all day other than my little kids. It absolutely made me second guess myself at first. As you get further into your homeschool life journey, you will learn to deal with things a lot better than when you first started. So do not compare. Do not compare. That is a way to stay encouraged. And if you feel yourself slipping into that, take a break from social media or from whichever channel or Instagram story or whatever that gets you down, that makes you feel like you are less than. Stay away from that, because that's not what you need. Like I said, it does not help anyone to sit and compare one family homeschool life to another. It just doesn't. Another way to stay encouraged in homeschool is which is actually kind of a goal that I probably should have added to I just did my goals video. I probably should add this to that as well. Get more prepared before the day. I have a tendency to sometimes print off worksheets like the day of, or get things together the day of. I need to prepare, and I think that's also a good thing to do to stay encouraged and to stay on track, is to get prepared, the weekend before. Get prepared for that week or the night before, so that you don't run into these last minute things, and before you know it, you're taking half an hour to try and print these worksheets out, and kids are crying and somebody needs a bottle. By being held accountable and by staying organized will help things tremendously, because when you stay organized and when you plan things out beforehand, where you're not, shuffling around trying to get things ready the day of, it makes you feel like you are on track, that you are good to go, you are ready for the day, and it's one less thing you have to think of. So being prepared and having things laid out to where you have it ready for the next day or the upcoming week. Understand that you will have good days and bad days. I have a handful of good days. I have a handful of bad days. Again, how you respond, how you react to these bad days is ultimately what will get you through. I mean, really in life, how you respond to things and situations are what can make or break you. And kind of the same thing goes with homeschooling. Understand that your kids will alternate who has bad days. You will have bad days. But for every bad day, you will have a good day, or more than one good day. And you can't judge how your homeschool is run based on your bad days, or nobody would be doing this. Because there are plenty of times where I have temper tantrums over here, fits over here, bad attitudes over here. And if I relied solely on those days, I would probably call it quits. So it is not about those days. It is about the good days. You just have to allow those bad days to sometimes creep in and just know that there are better days ahead. So allow yourself to know that you will have both days, sometimes back to back. Sometimes you'll have a full good week, and then the next week is, it's unpredictable at best. I can tell you it is unpredictable. Sometimes your child, as they get a little bit older, your child's attitudes will be unpredictable, day to day, sometimes hour to hour, minute to minute. Take a break every so many weeks if you feel. And, we're not year-round homeschoolers, so we don't do the, 6 weeks on, 2 weeks off, whatever. Take one day and put that on your calendar. Literally say, this is a day that we are taking off, a mental health day, so that we can just take a break for a minute. That helps you to kind of refresh and regroup. And if you want to do the, 6 weeks on, 1 week off, or, 1 week every so many months, then, by all means do that too. Do what works for you. I feel like I might be doing that, just kind of saying randomly, okay, I'm not going to put stress on you to do your work today. If you want to do it and get ahead, then go right on ahead and do it. But do not feel obligated. We're taking this day off. We just need a mental health day for a minute. It is okay to do that. And finally, make checklists each day. This kind of goes along with the planning, the week before, the night before, whatever. Make checklists and check those things off your list. That will keep you encouraged. That will keep you going and realizing, if you see it on paper, how productive you can really be if you put your mind to what you need to get done each day, and even if you do half of that, carry the rest of it over to the next day. At the end of the day, when you see all those things checked off, you will feel encouraged. You will feel like you have done something right today and that you weren't just sitting around all day. Okay, well, all I did today was, teach my kids. Like, no, you can see it written down and see what all you actually accomplished. It's making yourself feel good also about what you are doing and kind of giving yourself a pat on the back daily to say, hey, look what I accomplished. I have 4 kids. I have 7 kids. I have 2 kids, whatever. I homeschooled this day to my best ability. Encourage yourself. That is okay. Acknowledge when you are having a good day and say, I did all this stuff today. Like, look at how much I got done today. Have a conversation with yourself, like a lot of us homeschoolers do. Just stay encouraged and do little things here and there that push you to be better, to be more organized, and to give yourself grace for allowing some mistakes and knowing that not every day is perfect. This journey is not about perfection. It is not about, doing things a certain way. Everybody does things differently. You can't go down that hole. Now you can get encouragement from other moms, obviously. I have homeschool mom friends. You can hear my baby. Homeschool mom friends that I get encouragement from on a daily basis. And that encourages me and that keeps me going. And I will take, we kind of feed off each other quite a bit. And it is refreshing to be able to say, I did good today. I got a lot done today. And the more that you write down and the more that you check off and the more that you see how much you actually can do in this lifestyle. I keep calling it a lifestyle. I'm not really sure what else to call it because that's what it is. The more encouraged you will be and the more you will understand that you are in the right place. So I hope this was not too chatty. I just kind of, I feel for people that try and compare. And I hear it all the time of people asking me how I do it. And, I don't really have answers because it is so how I respond and how I operate on a daily basis is completely different than some people who have less kids. It is strictly a blessing that I can do this, and I recognize that. And that is my encouragement that kind of keeps me going, that I am blessed to be able to do this and to be able to give my kids this lifestyle and to be able to have this lifestyle. So if you have any other encouraging words or encouraging, ideas on things that kind of help keep you going, let me know and might help somebody else that is watching this video. And if you have any questions or any comments, anything, always let me know. Leave a comment, let me know. And thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.